Hello, Tiny Curry from Widow to Widow. Thank you for joining me today and watching this video. Today is day 6 devotional on dealing with anxiety. I hope you all are doing well today, and I hope that anxiety is under control. Just know that I'm praying for you, and please continue to pray for me as we pray for one another. Today's devotional is, why does God allow anxiety? That is really a great question that I do wonder myself. I know all of the things work together for our good, but believers, we do wonder why sometimes He doesn't just take it away. We know that would be too easy, and we won't really learn what we need to learn from it and have the compassion that we need to have for one another, and the humility to know where we came from, to remember what we went through when others are going through as well. So it is what it is. Why does God allow anxiety? That's a really good question. I wish I had good answers for you. I can throw out some reasons God might allow anxiety, but they will all just be guesses. So instead of trying to answer the question of why God allows anxiety, I want to look at what God can do through your anxiety. I love this quote. The presence of anxiety is unavoidable, but the prison of anxiety is optional. Sometimes asking the question why can leave us frustrated, lost, and stuck. Why, you might ask? See what I did there? Because there are some why questions we can't know the answers to. It is what it is. We just won't know. So why beat yourself up about not knowing the why, and just learn how to get through it? But let me stay focused. That's how I see it. That's how I move. So that's why I say those type of things. It's not really for you when I say that. It's for me. It's me talking to myself. But you guys happen to be here watching. Let me leave that alone. Okay. And start asking what God can do for our anxiety. On day 2 of this plan, I shared a little about the experience with my anxiety that my wife and I had. And let me tell you, there have been lots of why questions asked in the process. For example, why would you let this happen to us? We both love you and are serving you the best we can. We are praying and praying for healing from this. Why won't you answer our prayers? We're doing everything we know how to, and the anxiety still hasn't gone away. Why are we still afflicted by this anxiety? Those questions just lead to more frustrations and causes bitterness to set in. But when we start to ask the question, okay, God, what are you doing in this? We started to see some pretty cool things happen we probably would have missed. Otherwise, we started to see that God was using the pain of anxiety to bring us closer to each other and closer to Him. My wife and I had to learn how to communicate with each other effectively, to serve each other humbly, and to support one another when one of us was struggling. We also found ourselves praying to God with more honesty and passion than ever before. We started to experience these things. We started to experience the very real truth that doesn't kill us, made us stronger. Our faith grew stronger, our hearts grew larger, and our relationship grew closer. The presence of the anxiety is unavoidable, but the prison of anxiety is option. When you feel like you're locked in a prison, it's really easy to become so focused on the cage around you that you miss what God is doing inside you. Paul is some Paul is someone who knew the challenges of being imprisoned in a cage very really well. How, you might ask? Because he literally spent years locked up in prison because of his faith in Jesus. What is so powerful about the details in the story is that it allows Paul to empathize with us when we feel like we are imprisoned by our anxiety. He felt it too. He experienced it. He lived it. And because of that, when we read his word, we are not just hearing someone who has all the answers, but someone who can truly empathize with us. And that's why I believe what happened this week with me happened because of the prayer I prayed when I originally was led to talk about anxiety more. I've been putting again in our community section. I really hope you guys go and look through it. Even when I'm not posting, is a great time to go and look through the community section because there's stuff there that I hope and pray that I pray over that it who all looks at it, read it, touch it, share it. We get healed. God is healing us, but sometimes it's in our obedience that brings the healing. He can just kill us just like that, but we give our kids stuff just to be giving it to them. They don't earn it, and we can never really earn. I don't like using that word when it comes to God, but we use it as earning. But however you use it, whatever you want to put there, we need to really just be focused on what the Lord is telling us to do, and that's the bottom line, because obedience is better than sacrifice. We can sacrifice some things and give up things, but if that's not what he's telling us to do, that's where we're missing the mark, and we don't get what we're praying for because we just didn't be simply obeying what he's telling us to do. And he's given us the courage to do it because if he told us to do it, we can do it. We just get into our head sometimes and don't think that we can. So we're going to stop doing that. And when I say we, I'm really talking about me first. And I do know that I'm not out here alone. So some of you guys and some of you gals are doing it too, depending on what channel I'm on and who's watching what. With the widow, we do have some men who are widowers. So I prayerfully, hopefully that I am touching some of them as well. Men need healing as well. I love my men, no matter what subject and I talk on. I don't mean to get off track, but I do want to talk about that because I know some men feels like when women talk, we're talking to encourage and empower us. It doesn't take away from you. It adds to you. Because if you're with a woman who's being empowered, who is improving in their lives, that's going to better you and your relationship with them as well and allow you to work in sync like God created us to. So you guys, you might not hear us talk about you guys a lot, but a lot of this is for us and it's to help us when we're with you as well. So we're one. We're queens, but you are our king. And God made you guys first. And we honor you and we salute you. We respect you. And that's what we're doing. We're improving ourselves to be more respectful to ourselves. And that makes us more respectful to you. And we're praying that you guys are doing the same. When we see some of you out here, we see y'all out here. And I appreciate my kings out here who are doing self-love, self-care, who are doing the necessary works that they need to do because they know that they are our leaders and we're dependent on you to lead. Trust me, a real woman don't want to lead when they have their man. If she wanted to leave, she'd stay single. If she's connected with you, she wants you to lead. And we have to position ourselves as our women as being a catalyst to our men that we go and we do the things for ourselves to improve us, to make us better, to keep our relationship with God the way it should be. God first, not man first. We love y'all, men, but y'all can't come first. Sorry. Not sorry. Just like we don't come first. We don't want to come first in your life. God first. And love yourself. And then love us. Because if you don't love yourself, you can't love us. And if we don't love ourselves, we can't love you. So that's it. That's all. Challenge. Start asking the question, God, what are you trying to do through my anxiety? Forgive me when I have my little laughing moment. Stuff just pops in my head. Okay. Acts 16:22-25 reads, And this is King James Version. I keep meaning to push it over to the New King James Version, and I forget. And the multitude rose up together against them, and the magistrates rent off their clothes, and commanded to beat them. And when they had laid many stripes upon them, they cast them into the prison, charging the jailer to keep them safely, who having received such a charge, thrust them into the inner prison, and made their feet fast in the stocks. 25. And at midnight Paul and Silas prayed and sang praises unto God, and the prisoners heard them. Acts 24:7. But after 2 years, Porcius Fetus came into Felix's room. Porcius Festus, I told you I'm horrible with these things, came into, I'd be like PF came into F room, and F willing to show the Jews a pleasure left Paul bound. Watch. Because I'm not going to lose focus, and that's when the anxiety kick in even more when I can't pronounce the names, and we're just not doing it. We're going to defeat anxiety in every creative way that we find. I know I am. What about you? Philippians 1:19-20 reads, and this I pray, that your love may abound yet more and more in knowledge and in all judgment, that ye may approve things that are excellent, that ye may be sincere and without offense till the day of Christ, being filled with the fruits of the righteousness, which are by Jesus Christ, unto the glory and praise of God. But I would ye should understand, brethren, that the things which happened unto me have fallen out rather unto the furtherance of the gospel, so that my bond of Christ manifests in all the palace and in all the places. And many of the brethren in the Lord wax in confidence. My brother and my bond are much more bold to speak the word without fear. Some indeed preaches Christ, even if of envy and strife, and some also got goodwill. And the one preach Christ of contention, not surely supposing to add affliction to my bonds, but the other of love, knowing that I am set for the defense of the gospel. What then? Notwithstanding everyone way, whether in patience and in truth, Christ is preached, and I therein do rejoice, yea, and will rejoice. 19. For I know that this shall turn to my salvation through the prayer and the supply of the Spirit of Jesus Christ. 20. According to the earnest expectation and my hope, and that in nothing I shall be ashamed, but that will all boldness and all, as always and now also, Christ shall be magnified in my body, whether it be life or by death. Okay, we got one more day to go. Day 7. So, see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, share the channel, like the videos, and leave a comment. And don't forget your testimonies. You can either attach them in a comment or send them to tlcurry333@gmail.com, and I will get all of them. Or if you want to send it to that channel, each channel has an email. You can send it to whatever channel you on email. For this is Widow to Widow, so Widow to Widow is, I think it's WIDOW, the number 2, WIDOW 112@gmail.com. But it should be in the description page, so you have it. All right, to the next video. Love you all, and we'll be chatting with you soon, and want you to be encouraged with this anxiety and other mental health illness and diseases and spirits that's try to stay with us and jump on us, and just Heal and trust your process and don't ask why, ask what. Have an amazing day on purpose. Tanya Curry, Whittle to Whittle.